Yeah. And a good evening to everybody. Welcome to coverage of us, the continuation of season number 3 of the Leadfoot Racing League presented by Eastern Technical Designs. We are live at the virtual paperclip. A little bit of pavement, a little bit of concrete. It is Martinsville Speedway up in the Commonwealth of Virginia. It is the site of tonight's race, the Paperclip 125. Coverage on Elevated TV and, of course, also Iracing on the Community Radio Network, as we always do on the Sunday evening. I am Wesley Outland. Guess who's back? Scott Shive. What's up, brother?
Hey, I've missed y'all. I really have been all over the place. You know it. And I love being with y'all. You know I love working with you. You are one of my favorites, Wesley. And we're here.
Aww.
We're at Martinsville, like you said, the Commonwealth of Virginia. And, we just started the Triple Crown in real life back at South Boston. We got next week they're up at Langley. But it's all about Martinsville here tonight in the late model stocks.
And, of course, we are getting ready for tonight's Paperclip 200. We will have our own version of the Hampton Heat 200 as well. That'll be coming up here very, very soon on Elevated TV. We'll give you all the details on that. And I believe right now we can let everybody know as well, today's broadcast was changed because of scheduling conflicts for the Firecracker 400. I believe, knock on wood, that is going to be rescheduled for this Wednesday, 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern. I think that's what our plan is, 8 or 9 o'clock for this Wednesday. So anyhow, that's our schedule. That's what we're sticking to. We're glad you're here. Tracy Brown is taking a break from talking tonight. He's back in the production role, and I always enjoy working with him. And I'll tell you what, a half-mile racetrack, this is a very long straightaways, tight corners, got to save brakes. We talk about it in NASCAR on the trucks, Xfinity or Cup when they run here. Scott, the same thing can be said about these late model cars as well.
It's really, and another thing we got tonight is shifting. That is something we never, ever see in these late model stocks, but you will do it here at Martinsville. They make the setup with the fixed setup that you want to shift getting into the corner, down into third gear, and then you quickly shift off. But that makes your car very loose on entry. And like you said, the heating up of those brakes, you will be slamming on the brakes on the entry into 1 and into 3. And it's something you're going to have to keep hold of all night long, because as you heat up those brakes, it also heats up your tires.
And I want to send a big hello to another friend of mine, Ryan Tomford, who is kind of shadowing tonight's broadcast with Scott, myself, and Tracy to keep up with how we do things with iRacing broadcasts, and obviously just kind of getting acquainted, as that is not a good way to get acquainted with the wall right there, the 138 into the inside pit guardrail. And he's going to have to reset and go again. By the way, Scott, that's Thomas Lockwood as qualifying is ongoing.
Thomas
well,
Lockwood,
it was. It's over now.
I was going to say, having a bit of an issue out there on track when qualifying was going on, but that has wrapped now, and we will get ready to grid up. And as always, Justin Brooks is back. 4 wins this season, and he's going to start from pole this evening.
Bricked out decals, fast qualifier, missed last week after winning the first 4 races of the year. He is ready to roll. Justin Brooks from South Carolina, 19,894 on the front row. To his outside, Aiden Neese, who picked up the win in his absence last week in the 45 on the front row. Row number 2 will find Jeffrey Cumber in the 02 and Matthew Fastnot in the 29. Row number 3 will find Landon Brown and Landon Burbage. It's the Landon row for row 3. And finally, Scott, you're going to see Stephen Luttrell and Landon Farmer making up row number 4.
Row number 5, our very own Cody Deemers. He tried to race back at Southern National and was not able to do it, but he is here tonight racing at Martinsville, qualified in 9th, and on his outside, it'll be Chris Norris. Man, every time I look at Chris's name, I really want to say Chuck Norris. Maybe Chuck Norris was a late cousin of Chris's, but that is the number 8 of Chris Norris. And, of course, we'll have in row number 6, Jason Woodham in the 71, Thomas Lockwood, Tanner Carter jumping in there as well, and then Bruce Pearson will line up at 15th at the end of the field this evening.
Yeah, and we'll have to keep an eye on Cody Deemers and see how he does, no doubt. Last thing we were told was there was a severe lightning storm in Indiana. He was iRacing and taking a shower. So that was the that was the conversation that we had with the driver of Cody Deemers out of Indiana, and obviously he says Wesley is the best, and I do appreciate that. The Robbins Racing USA Tire D&M Lawn Service Community Radio Network number B1, the B1 Bomber as I call him. There it is, that beautiful looking race car. All right, Tracy, that's enough. No more about him. Let's see how he does. So let's see what he does, how he does to the field. Tracy, it was a conspiracy that he won the figure 8 race last Wednesday night. You know that, right? You can talk for a minute. So, we'll see what he does with as Russ Wheeler said to Cole Trickle, now let's go get your own car and we'll see how you do in the crowd.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how Cody was controlling all the attributes to all the drivers, and he ends up winning the figure 8 race there, wasn't it?
Girlfriend Scott that got taken out of all things in the figure 8 race. It was his girlfriend.
Oh man, you'll have that sometimes. It's figure 8 racing.
We're ready to go here tonight for tonight's Paperclip 125 presented by Eastern Technical Designs. Obviously, fast qualifier. Already pocketing $10 from Tricked Out Decals for the pole award. That, of course, was the man of Justin Brooks. Justin Brooks took off last week. Good to see him back tonight after missing Langley Speedway. We'll see what he does here this evening at Martinsville. Pace car is onto the pit lane. Here comes the virtual Thundering Herd, making their way to the Community Radio Network restart zone for the green flag. Green flag presented by FWM. 4Wide Motorsports. Green flag in the air. The Paperclip 125 is underway. They got to get to lap number 40 to the 213 Simware Sim Brake. They're working turn 1.
Chaos 3 wide, almost 4 wide out of turn number 2. Wow, that was heavy on the brakes for the 0-2 of Jeffrey Cummer. Messed up the whole entirety of the front row. They're still making contact. We're completed of just lap 1.
Just is one lap in. Long straightaways, tight corners here at the Paperclip. Some pavement, some concrete down the back straightaway. Brooks gets the whole shot over the field. There's Nice there in a second. There's Fast Not third. Looking behind them is Cummer and Luttrell, your top 5 as they work off 4.
Luttrell moved up 2 spots to the opening of this race through that chaos through the opening of the first lap, but he's trying to get clear of the 9. He will get clear of the 9 of Landon Burbage. Now he's clear up into 5th position, so breaking into the top 5 early. There you go. Burbage going to give him a shot through turns 3 and 4, trying to pull side by side.
Staying right there in tow with them as they work their way down to the corner. Watch Burbage now. Burbage out of Washington, North Carolina. Thomas Burbage, of course, is his father. Landon Burbage now building up his resume. Luttrell to the outside as they work their way across the stripe. Already 5 in here next time around.
Really tough to get it from the outside. You're able to pinch down your opponent on the inside, but you're going to use so much tire trying to ring that outside and carry that momentum. Not a lot of banking here at Martinsville. You're really going to have to work to get it done, as you'll see Burbage able to clear through into 5th spot, but Luttrell trying to pull the crossover, looks to the inside, doesn't quite pull the move yet, as we've got Chaos behind. Big move from Landon Farmer. He's going to plummet 2 positions. Tanner Carter moves on through.
Right now, they're still staying single file, and that's the way kind of that formation stays for the time being. Here they come working their way back across the stripe, put another lap on the board. As all the while, we continue to see these guys just kind of be patient here. And this is the smart thing to do, obviously, in the opening stage for the moment right now, Scott.
Cody Deemers said it earlier in practice. Justin Brooks, Aiden Neese, the only 2 running in the 9s. Everyone is now running in the 20-second mark, but Justin Brooks, Aiden Neese are on another level. They are both 2.6 seconds ahead of the 3rd place driver, the 29 of Matthew Fastnot.
Top 5 as it stands right now, as you see on the scoring ticker, it is Justin Brooks. It's Aiden Neese. They both got wins this year. The first 4 wins of the season, except missed last week by Aiden Neese getting the win at Langley because Brooks, I'm sorry, actually last week was Hickory, my apologies. And he was the Hickory winner. Right now, Brooks, 4 wins, Nice with the 1 win of the year. Justin Brooks also, Scott, has to decide if he's going to be able to finish the year, run for a championship. There's still an asterisk beside his name, though he is the top points man. He is not a member of the LFRL. He needs some big decisions to make here by the end of the night.
Yeah, he really has to decide that now. I mean, I don't know why you don't decide it. I know Justin Brooks is a busy guy, one of the highest oval I ratings in the entire world. And so he's got a lot on his plate that he runs, and he gets to run here with us. And we got to see if he's still going to decide to run for that championship and make it official. He is your championship leader unofficially through that. And there we go. The 9 of Landon Burbage going to go for a spin, able to keep it straight, but might have an Iracing black flag going through the pit lane. Gonna get that one clear, but he drops a few more spots because of that. He was running up in the top 5.
Yeah, that just got scary just a moment ago as they work their way again back across the stripe. We still stay under the green flag. As for the time being, we're on lap number 13 of 40. Remember that 213 Simware stage break will happen on lap number 40. And I got to give props to these guys right now, just ride and drive. Had a little scare just a moment ago, but for the time being, everybody is just in the motion of staying single file, getting that conga line. It is a conveyor belt around Martinsville as they work on the back straightaway.
Now, this is a lot of what you'll see out of Martinsville when you get to a point like this, as you see a little slap of the wall for some drivers in the back. That was the 71 of Jason Woodham. I believe he was fighting with our very own Cody Deemers there. They're in a close, tight battle on the racetrack. I believe this is the closest battle on the racetrack. It is the fight for the last position within the top 10. It looks like Cody Deemers has some damage on the left front.
There's Cody Deemers right there, as you're referring to, a little damage on the left front of that car, as there's, of course, the 71 of Jason Woodham in his trail. That is for the top 10. Cody's in trouble.
There goes Cody Deemers spinning into turn number 2, and the caution is going to come out for the first time tonight. It's the blue line soft wash caution.
The boss of LFRL, the boss of Elevated TV. And there he goes. This ain't Southern National either. It's a lot bigger and it's less banking, and Cody Deemers spins to put us under the yellow flag for the first time of the night. We'll pause our mics for a moment. Here's a quick word from Eastern Technical Design as we're under caution 18 of 125. Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. Caution out here for the first time after Cody Deemers goes around. And a big thanks again to Eastern Technical Designs for sponsoring the Leadfoot Racing League. And I can't believe this, Scott. We're already at the midway point of season number 3. We're down to the second half of the season. And obviously, can anybody stop Justin Brooks? If there is one man that could try to give him a fit, it's the 45 of Aiden Nice. And ironically, he's right there in that second spot as we see the 22 now coming off of a pit stop as well.
Well, and you say that and how close at Nice is. He's decently close, but he's just over 30 points back within the championship standings as well. You just saw that run. They were 2 of the fastest cars, but even saying that, Nice was a second off of Justin Brooks in just that short 17-lap run. Justin Brooks is like no other, and I don't think there's many people that would go out and drive late model stocks that could beat him. I mean, he is just a whole nother level of iRacing driver.
Well, we will get ready for another restart. Justin Brooks and Aiden Neese on the front row. Fastnot and Comer right there, along with Luttrell as they work their way back to the restart zone. The CRN restart zone, FWM, green flag about to be waved. We're back underway. Neese on the gas. Got to find speed? Nope, he does not. Lets Brooks shift right in front of him. He'll take the lead again as they work in turn number 2 on lap 21.
A little bit of a stack up on the inside line, waiting for Justin Brooks to get on going. He was able to clear up before turn 1, get in front of Neese, but it's too wide for Luttrell and Brown. This is the fight for the 5th spot. Brown going to send it on the outside, but he washes up. Going to lose that spot on the outside of Luttrell. He'll fall into 6th. Landon Burbage spun earlier, was able to keep it going, but he's trying to work back into the top 5 after losing it early.
And they'll work their way across the stripe, lap number 23, closing in, believe it or not, on 100 laps to go. This, of course, is lap number 23. 101 is the remaining distance, and we got trouble. Bottom of the bottom right of your monitor, just saw a glimpse of it there. It looks like Burbage and others might have got a piece of it, and this will put us under another caution flag. Let's look at it again here, Scott. Wow,
yeah,
Burbage.
Yeah, it looks like a checkup. All started with Luttrell, then cycles dominoes back to Burbage, to Carter, and then to the 71. Take a look at it again here, and you'll see it. Yep, just the stack up right there. Tanner Carter gets into Burbage. The 26, nowhere to go. That was Landon Farmer. So it was a whole Landon stack up right there. Burbage, Farmer, and Carter.
Go.
I wonder if we'd ever get a wreck between Landon Brown, Landon Burbage, and Landon Farmer. That'd be a mess.
Caution coming out as we are under another yellow flag. It is the second one of the race. Again, big thanks to Blue Line Soft Wash sponsoring the yellow flag. 2 cautions in the opening 40 laps. I might be honest with you, Scott. I really didn't think that we would have seen that, but hey, well, as we always know, whatever happens, there will be that stage break at lap number 40, and I do see that nobody for the time being is taking advantage of coming to the pits unless they're involved in accidents. Bruce Pearson pitted earlier, but for the most part, cars involved in accidents for the opening cautions are the ones that have been the only one that pitted.
Yeah, well, and every time we get a restart, we get this field bunched up together, you're bound to have that. That's going to be the biggest time where we're going to see incidents like that. Drivers trying to fight for the bottom lane. You do not want to get stuck up on the high side, and so you're going to see drivers fighting to get to the bottom. That's going to create stack-ups. That's going to create those domino effects like we just saw. Drivers here at the end of the line. I think we had one come into the pits. I believe it was the 38. But not many electing to go into the pits at this time. So if we can get away from a restart and get away cleanly, everyone is single file out, we'll probably see a nice green flag run like we saw earlier. But the restarts are definitely the hairiest portion of the race for the ability and availability to get cautions.
What's up, buddy? Yeah. Thoughts and prayers with the Sessoms family, Jonathan and everybody there. Understanding their grandfather passed away. Matter of fact, he was at County Line Raceway where I was at last night, and we were all texting and talking. And then the next thing I know, I think it was after the races was over, he found out that somebody passed. And sorry to hear about that. Sorry for your loss, and praying for the family. One of our avid followers of Elevated TV and the LFRL. So we're thinking about them as we come back to green, and we are closing in, Scott, on 10 remaining in stage number 1 here.
If we can get there, we'll get the stage break, the 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3. There we go. 2, 1, 3, 120. 113. It's so many numbers. The stage break's going to happen at lap 40. But single filed out now. We finally get all the cars. You're looking at Bruce Pearson here under attack from Landon Burbage. Burbage looking to the inside of that red and green number 22. Bruce Pearson up 6 spots through the first opening 30 laps of this race.
Under 10 remaining. As we close in on the final laps of this one here, of the first opening stage, the 213 Simware stage. And look at this now as we look at Justin Brooks continuing to just lead the way. Now moving through lap traffic already. Aiden Neese now trying to get around the 8 of Chris Norris as that goes on in turn number 2.
Chris Norris going a lap down there. Aiden Neese will pull in front of him as well. If I'm Aiden Neese here, I've got to be watching Justin Brooks. What am I doing? What is Justin Brooks doing that is faster than me? What can I follow in his footsteps to pick up my speed throughout this race? We've still got just under 90 laps to go. That's a lot of time left in this race. A lot of time for Aiden Neese to be able to learn, see what Justin Brooks in front of him is doing. As you see, the 8 of Chris Norris goes high, almost comes back into the field. Not quite. Everyone going to stay clean, but that was close.
And we work the back stretch. Justin Brooks still up in that top spot. Now we see another battle here starting to brew for the 3rd spot. Stephen Luttrell on the inside. Jeffrey Comer, that's for 3rd. This goes on in turn number 3.
Jeffrey Comer has been really quiet this season, but he has been really consistent. He's currently 2nd in points, just 3 points ahead of Aiden Neese and only just under 30 points behind Justin Brooks. He has been really consistent this season, has still been looking for his first win of season 3. He got a win back in season 2, but he has been winless here in season number 3. As we've got a wreck, 71, Landon Burbage, Tanner Carter getting involved as well. Still green out here. The 9 of Burbage going to be able to get back going green, and we'll keep it green till the stage break. Take a look back at what happens here. Landon Brown getting into the back of the 29, but that was I think that created maybe another stack up again where the 71 might have checked up a little bit, and Landon Burbage got into the 71. Tanner Carter had nowhere to go as we get the caution for the 213 Simware stage break.
All right, so Justin Brooks, and I think they're going to say that this will continue. This will count as the stage break. 5 before lap number 40, and that is exactly what I was reading up on. This will be the stage break, and it is presented by 213 Simware. Again, where virtual racing meets real-world style. Pick up your LFRL merchandise and represent the 213 Simware family and the LFRL for your favorite driver or team apparel at the store, the apparel store, 213simware.com. There you go. And Scott, we are at the stage break. Do you think any of these guys are going to come to the pit lane? That's the question.
Not yet. I think these drivers have seen there have been a decent amount of cautions that they might see another one around halfway. I think we'll see most of the front half of the field stay out. You might see some takers towards the rear, but I think, like we're seeing a lot of drivers staying out here. Because here's the thing, Justin Brooks is known to tire save. Tanner Carter going to come in here and fix some damage, but Justin Brooks is known to be able to make these tires last. I would be surprised if Justin Brooks ever comes into the pit lane, and so if your driver's behind him, if we get later cautions, then you might want to save your tires to be able to go attack Justin Brooks if he doesn't pit.
We're going to take a break, guys. Here's a quick word from the fine folks at Blue Line Soft Wash. Blue Line Soft Wash is a veteran-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning. Founded by a retired law enforcement officer, and we proudly back the men in blue. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication they once gave to protecting our community. Protect and serve. Protect your car with Blue Line Soft Wash today. And the pace car is getting ready to drop onto the pit lane. That has been your caution sponsor, Blue Line Soft Wash. And the 213 Simware stage break is over. We move back to the CRN restart zone. The FWM green flag is waving, Scott, and the second half of this race is underway. 82 to go at Martinsville.
Justin Brooks clears and Aiden Neese, Jeffrey Comer, but Stephen Luttrell under attack, trying to move towards the outside. The 29 of Fastnot gives a tag to the 02 of Comer. Comer able to save it. A domino effect stack up behind. Everyone's able to keep it straight, but wow, there you go. Stephen Luttrell going to move into third after that stack up.
They'll work their way back to the corner. It will be lap number 45. Justin Brooks now still the leader. Aiden Neese, Luttrell, they are right now all single file. Comer and Fastnot, everyone is single file as they work their way. The top two that are battling for wins and the championship are gone like a thief in the Virginia night. As Luttrell loses ground, he's got a Hornet's nest behind him going to 3.
A lot of movement throughout this field. Stephen Luttrell up 4 positions from the start of this race. You saw the 29 of Fastnot get into the back of the 02 of Comer. The 36 of Luttrell was able to move on the outside because of that and sweep up into third place. He'll try to hold that for now, but he's 1.1 seconds back from Aiden Neese. Aiden Neese, the closest he's been to Justin Brooks all evening long, and that's saying a lot because the gap still 0.4 of a second.
Brooks and Neese, they're 1 and 2, single file. As they work their way off the corner, they're single file behind them. Nobody is catching these guys, as right now we are heading towards lap number 50 and 75 to go. Let's give you your top 5 for the moment. Justin Brooks is the leader. Aiden Neese is second, up 4 spots. Stephen Luttrell third. He's coming off of a podium last week. Jeffrey Comer, Matthew Fastnot, the top 5. Then it's Landon Brown, Landon Farmer, and check that, Landon Burbage, 6, 7, 8. 9th is Tanner Carter. Bruce Pearson is right now, Scott, the top 10, and that conga line is single file on the back straightaway.
Everyone single filed out. Once again, no more guaranteed cautions from here on out. 75 laps remaining in the Paperclip 125 here from Martinsville in the Leadfoot Racing League. You're looking at a battle between Matthew Fastnot, Landon Brown. That is a battle for the 5th position between the 29 and the 5. Landon Brown been known to be one of aggression this evening. Gotten caught. I believe he might have accidentally started some of those incidents by causing the stack-ups. But hey, you got to race on. You got to look forward. You can't look in the rear view, especially not here in Martinsville. You got to keep fighting out front. He closes in on the 29 of Fastnot as we ride in the cockpit view.
Brooks still the leader. Neese back there to second. Look at Fastnot now battling. The battle going on there with the 5. Eastern Technical Design entry of Brown. Landon Brown on the inside. Can't get him yet. Fastnot works his way around the corner. That's all this is going on. Lap 54 of 125. We're about 10 laps to the halfway mark. And Scott, things really quiet. And you know, we saw some cautions in the first half of the race, but you know, definitely I just see the fast 2 guys gone. Nobody's catching them, and right now everybody's just kind of just staying in order, working their way back around the racetrack, heading to halfway.
Well, and you talked about those front 2 being gone. The gap now between Justin Brooks and Neese, it is over a second. The gap from Neese all the way back to Luttrell, 2.5 seconds. I mean, they, like you said, are in an entirely different zip code here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, trying to just completely run away with this one. The fight is really back here in the mid-pack from Jeffrey Comer all the way back to Landon Burbidge. It's just over 1 second between those 6 cars.
Justin Brooks, remember, there's still an asterisk next to his name because he hasn't decided yet whether he wants to become a member full-time for the series or not. There's up to 5 races. Well, guess what? This is race number 5. Will he pay the membership and make a run towards the championship, or could this possibly be, Scott, the final race that we see Justin Brooks run? Because the bottom line is this: if he wins tonight, and we got a caution actually, yellow flag is coming out. Cody Demers has crashed again.
Oh, no. Oh, we'll take a look
Cody
back
Demers
at it here.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness.
Now, what in the world? What are you doing, Cody? What in the world?
Well, that was weird.
That draws a caution? I guess it does.
I guess he was stopped long enough on the track for Iracing to call it. But I believe Cody Demers, he is disconnected from the session.
Cody, I bet you, is mad. He's like, this is not the drive I wanted to have. This is not the race I wanted to have.
No.
Park.
Well, and he had done better at some other tracks that he had qualified for, but Martinsville did not quite seem his speed.
The power went out.
Oh,
Power went out.
That makes sense.
Power went out. Cody Demers was telling us that there was severe weather in Indiana, where he was at before he literally got started, and that is what happened. The power went out, unless that's just a good cover, Scott. I don't know. I mean, good cover.
It could be a great cover. That could have been him setting us up earlier. That if he was having a bad run, he just the power's gone out.
Yeah, power went out.
And we didn't even. By the way, Tracy Brown here. You know, we didn't even make the in-car, or he didn't make it long enough anyway for us to do an in-car interview and do some in-car shots with him.
There you go.
I will admit, he told me up front he had a lot of thunderstorms and everything going around here. But
He said it's raining cats and dogs and pigs even. So there you go.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd be able to at least interview him under a caution lap here and get his opinion on how the track is handling and how he's doing. But anyway, I'll let the pros handle it. Sorry. See you guys.
Thank you. No, Tracy's doing commentary color when Scott's not here.
That's right.
You know, he can talk. Hell, he can talk. Hell, he controls our broadcast. He can push our button and end it all. Yeah. You say whatever you want to say. You got carte blanche, as they said in the movie. There you go. So another another blue line soft wash caution about to wrap up as the field side by side. Aiden Neese better back away. Let Justin Brooks get that restart, Scott. He did. Halfway home, by the way. 63 down. 62 to go. Back to racing here at Martinsville.
Racing in Martinsville. We just crossed over the halfway portion, almost 3 wide. Tanner Carter gets into the wall. The 26 of Landon Farmer looking to the inside. Landon Burbidge right there in the rears, trying to stay on the inside as the 71 washes high behind them. It's still a 2 wide fight between Farmer and Carter. This is the battle for 7th position. Farmer sends it on the inside but doesn't quite get the run. Tanner Carter able to pull through. All the while, Burbidge looked to the inside of Farmer. He's trying to move back up in the running order.
And we're in the second half of this race, and Cody Demers joins us in the broadcast booth. Man, I don't know why you're on the computer. You ready to get off? Storms are coming.
No, I'm on my phone right now, and I'm outside because it's the only part bright in my house right now, and car was junk. I mean,
Yeah,
J-U-N-K, junked.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad the power went out.
Was it the car or was it the driver?
It was definitely the car. I at one point thought the driver was washed up a little bit, but it was indeed I just struggled with the car tight off the corner. It was good through entry center, but it was just I couldn't get it to turn off the corner, and I was doing all I could, and Landon Farmer got into me there on lap 4 or 5, and it was just struggle from there. And I was a lap down, so it was like, I was just kind of riding. I wasn't even fighting for any positions.
You had some of a fan base cheering you on. So are you just going to stay in the box from now on? You going to retire from racing, you think, Cody?
Listen, give me a track that ain't a track that I don't ever race on. So take me to Southern National, and we'll be all right.
See, I told you. That was the first thing come to my head, Scott. Let him come to Southern National, he'll win. He goes anywhere else, he ain't going to do good.
Hey, look, some drivers have their certain tracks. I would say I'm pretty darn good at Southern National. I would say I'm great at Langley. But Martinsville, also not my piece of cake.
I will say Martinsville is a very, very, it's a driver's track. I mean, it's not a fan for everybody.
Well, thank you for taking the time to let us know what your situation is. And good luck racing whenever you do again, I guess. Are you going to race again? If it's Southern National?
Well, I think we're gonna run a couple more races. I think we got 1 or 2 more that we're gonna run out of the season. But I definitely am glad Martinsville is over for me.
Hey, Tracy Brown, the producer here. Cody, I do believe you're going to run out the season here, if I remember correctly. I think you got 3 more ahead of you here.
Well, I knew there was like 2 or 3 more because I know I'm doing the Oswego, and I think I'm doing Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is fun. I mean, I like Myrtle Beach. I've always been good at Myrtle Beach. I've never run at Oswego, but Oswego is definitely going to be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I just actually purchased that track myself, so never turned a lap there. It looks interesting, though.
Yeah, it's a big track. I mean, I wouldn't say big as in length. I would say the wide. It's very wide. I mean, you're going to see some really good racing. I've ran there 1 or 2 times. The only race I ever raced there I finished 3rd. So out of like 20 cars. So we're hoping for a good finish.
Now, can we let everybody know as we're heading to 50 to go here what our plan is for Wednesday? Am I correct? So Wednesday, our next broadcast is Wednesday, correct, Cuddy?
Yes, sir. It's going to be the Firecracker 400, the CRN Firecracker 400. It'll be Wednesday.
That was supposed to have been today, this afternoon, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, it was supposed to be this afternoon. I mean, I actually went racing last night and didn't get home till 1:30 in the morning because they stuck out the weather there last night, and we didn't even start practicing until 7:30. So, but yeah, and then I had some stuff to do today with the old lady. She kind of told me I was either sleeping in the doghouse or doing the stuff with her, and I would rather sleep in my bed and not in the doghouse. So I made the executive decision, and then we had a couple broadcasters that couldn't make it, so it was just easier just to reschedule it for when they could. So, but yeah, Wednesday's going to be about 8, maybe 9 o'clock, just depending on my work schedule. Right now, it's 8 p.m. It's going to be the 1987 Firecracker 400. We've actually got a good thing lined up. We're going to there's going to be some surprises, and I promise you.
Don't tell them all, man. Don't say nothing.
Well, I'm just going to say this. If you think your TV's broken, it's not going to be broken.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. But yes, it is going to be a remake of the 1987 Firecracker 400 with the 87 Cup cars. They're going to run 160 laps, 40 of the best from 1987. I mean, you're going to see real paint schemes, real drivers, and, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting.
There you go. All right. Now get out of here. Let us get back to work.
Well, while that was all going on, Stephen Luttrell drops 2 spots. Jeffrey Cummer, Landon Brown were able to get around him. So Stephen Luttrell falls back into 5th spot. Tanner Carter has been able to continue to move forward. He's up 7 spots from the start of this race, and that's even after it being involved in a huge incident earlier. Tanner Carter has run really well, Season 2 champion, and trying to sneak back into the points here.
Lap number 80 of 125 right now as we are again heading towards the second half of this race. And it has, whoa, oh boy, Burbage and Fastnot getting maybe a little aggressive right there, watching that battle going on here.
Burbage seems one to not be afraid to get the aggression on, use the bumper, and move people out of the way.
All of this going on now as you see Burbage again. And I will tell you this, Scott, Burbage and Fastnot have a little bit of history from what happened last weekend at Hickory Motor Speedway. At the end, they both kind of got a little frustrated, Landon Farmer as well, but cooler heads prevailed at the end. Watching them work well off turn 4 right here.
This carries, it all carries from week to week. Stephen Luttrell trying to get back in front of Landon Brown, who took position from him just a couple of laps ago. Luttrell has been really fast here this season. He's running 4th in the point standings, just 10 points back from the 45 of Aiden Neese. But he's just under a 10th of a second back from the 5 of Landon Brown, trying to get into the 4th spot here on track.
There's Brown. He currently sits in the 4th spot. Comer, Brown, Luttrell. All right there, single file as they work again off the corner off turn number 2 to the back straightaway. And where's the leaders at? Where's our front runners?
I was just about to say, Justin Brooks, 3.7 seconds ahead of Aiden Neese. Aiden Neese, 3.2 seconds ahead of Jeffrey Comer. I mean,
yeah, there's the interval.
It is insane how fast those two are. And to say the interval between them is the same interval back to the cars behind them. I mean, that red car, that's second. That's Aiden Neese. That's not even Justin Brooks.
Yeah, there's the man that picked up the win, obviously, last week at Hickory. Before that, it has been all year long. Mr. Brooks from the PD region. You mentioned one of his credentials is he has an A license, 4.99. Now, I don't know what that is, but
that's safety rate. That doesn't mean much. His I rating, that's what means a ton. An 11K I rating. I believe he is either the second or the highest oval I rating in the world.
Okay, I'm seeing it now. 11,110 is his I rating.
Caution. Blue line soft wash caution out at lap 90.
We needed one.
Oh,
Cody Demers came back and they spun again. No, here we go.
It all brewed and started with that
yeah.
The 9 gets in the back of the 29, and the 8 right here, the 71 pile in. Did not see it off of the corner, but you called it. You called it.
Yeah. Give up a little Frank Sinatra and Strangers in the Night. Watch this again.
Oh my goodness.
And Morris had nowhere to go. He got his rear end stuck up on the safer barrier. Oh, wow.
And everybody coming into the pit lane. Time
How
to
about
get the
this?
fresh tires.
Next week, we're going to Oswego. How cool is that going to be? Double points night at Oswego Speedway up in New York.
It's going to be interesting, especially with it being a double points night.
Yes.
That track is also really, really fun. It's really, really unique. Provides a lot of great pavement racing. So it's going to be a good show. Not that Martinsville already has not been. Justin Brooks already away off of the pit lane. And look at that. It's going to be a change for second place. Jeffrey Comer going to get off before Aiden Neese. Fastnot as well as Carter. Aiden Neese has been on pit road for a long time. He's going to lose a ton of spots.
Another word from Blue Line Soft Wash as we are getting ready for a restart with under 40 to go. Blue Line Soft Wash is a veteran-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning. founded by a retired law enforcement officer, and we proudly back the men in blue. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication they once gave to protecting our community. Protect and serve. Protect your car with Blue Line Soft Wash today. Lights off on the pace car. We'll get ready for a restart here coming up. Heading towards 30 laps to go. Scott Shive, Wesley Outland, Ryan Tom Pordon, Shadow for the broadcast tonight. And, of course, Tracy Brown punching the buttons. And you hear him a time or two. Ready to go back at it here. Watching the 00. That car of Tanner Carter flashing. Have to keep an eye on that as they come back to that CRN restart zone. Green flag flies. We're back underway. And Brooks gets a great launch over Comer. Aiden Neese, by the way, all the way in the back in 8th. As everybody has made pit stops, they're ready to go to the finish now. Scott off turn 4.
Bad restart for Carter. He fell back from the second row. He's back in 4th. Bruce Pearson in the 22 on the inside, trying to work forward as he blinks out. Landon Burbage right there behind in 6th. But like you said, Aiden Neese all the way back in 8th. I have no idea what went on in that pit stop, but he was in the pits for a long 25 seconds in the box, as opposed to those up front, all between 10 seconds and 14 seconds. So just over 10 seconds more, but Neese trying to work through quickly, gives a little bit of a door to Landon Brown. This is going to be a move for the 7th spot between the two. Neese on through, up 1, but he's got a lot more cars to clear in front of him.
Heading towards lap 100 as the virtual Thundering Herd works their way down the back straightaway. There goes Burbage trying to make a move on Bruce Pearson. That's the 213 Simware double deuce. He is in 5th, up high, opens the door. Burbage inside, and Neese is right there with him as they work down into turn number 1.
Burbage moves on through with the 22 of Bruce Pearson. That opens the door as well for Neese. Neese gonna dive it in, almost makes contact with the 9. Burbage gonna have a little bit of camaraderie here with the 45 of Neese. Neese gonna send it again. He gives a tap to the 9 of Burbage, trying to move him along. He's got to work through quickly here. Now he's to the inside off of turn number 2, but Burbage gonna cut him off, closes the door into 3, and Neese not gonna have any of it, moves him right up aside.
Up the hill goes Burbage, and Aiden Neese still fighting for that spot down on the bottom. They work their way down to the corner. By the way, Scott, I don't know if you noticed, there's contact. Oh, no! Burbage in T-bone style to Neese, and he takes him on the back straightaway. Caution out on lap 101.
Yeah, Burbage just wrecked him. I mean, there is no other way to put that. Turned down off the corner, kept turning left. I mean,
I don't know. I wonder if they might have got intertwined with one another, Scott. And I mean, obviously, I know they're fighting for the same position, but maybe, you know, Burbage couldn't lift, and Aiden wasn't going to let go, and you see the end result. Watch this again, right here.
You might be right.
This will tell the tale right here.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I just don't see it being intentional.
I just know that we talked about him being a little hot on the wheel, so maybe I'm calling it a little early, but it did not look good from an outside perspective.
Well, I don't think Aiden Neese. I don't think Landon Burbage has a problem with Aiden Neese any this year. The problem he's had with Matthew Fastnot a time or two. Now, the man that is second in the point standings has just took his only fast repair, and he has to come back out here and race to the finish. We're at the top of the hour. We'll pause quickly for 10 seconds of station identification. You're listening to iRacing on CRN, the Leadfoot Racing League on the Community Radio Network.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
It's getting down to a humdinger here in virtual Martinsville. Under 20 laps to go. Scott Shive, Wesley Outlet here with you as we move into the latter stages of the Paperclip 125. Let's take a look real quickly at the race summary so far tonight as we have gone past 100 laps. And
well,
right now, no
Wesley,
race summary? No race summary.
No race summary. No.
Okay.
I'm on the air, but I'll summarize it for you. Been a bunch of fenders bent, a few feelings hurt, and Justin Brooks just smoking everybody. How's that?
Yeah, that's fine. I can look it up myself. There's been 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. There has been 6 caution flags here so far in the race.
One thing I would like to point out, and maybe Scott can even shed some light on this, but I noticed that there's a lot of variation between how much the rotors are glowing on the right fronts of different drivers. So I'm not sure if iRacing actually models that or not, but I did notice there was some variation there. Just want to point that out.
Oh, and there we go. Spin up front. Jeffrey Comer going to go around Stephen Luttrell. The 22 of Pearson takes a heavy hit. This all started right into turn 1 behind the leader. And talking about that brake low, that can just come from drivers, how early or how late they get on the brakes. But let's take a look at this. Jeffrey Comer moves in second in line. It looks like Luttrell sends it in a little too deep, swipes across the nose of the rear bumper of the 02, and then that's 3 cars sideways in front of the field down the exit of 2.
38 just sent the 22s flying through the air into the safer barrier. That was Thomas Lockwood into, of course, the 22 of Bruce Pearson, who, by the way, had a 6th place run before this last caution. Watch it again. You're on board with Bruce. Oh, under the back end of the trail, and then all of a sudden, his world just got turned, upside down. He didn't flip, but he definitely got bicycled in the air.
Well, he definitely did. Oh, my goodness. That was a big incident. And look, we're getting into late laps. We're just over 15 laps to go. Drivers are getting hungrier and hungrier for each and every position.
From another angle.
They're going to gain a few here. Look back from them, looking back from Aiden Neese's perspective, closing up, checking up before the field. Wow, that was a close one.
Man,
he didn't want another close one, Wesley.
That's just the best in brakes. Oh.
Well, hey, look at this. Tanner Carter up 11 spots. He started all the way out back, shotgun on the field. He's running second now.
Man, oh man. So, under another yellow flag, has drivers will, some come to the pit lane, some will not. They'll just go to the tail, and we'll get ready to go back for a restart here. Still a long, well, I don't want to say a long way to go. There is 16 remaining. I do want to let everybody know that if the opportunity does present itself, there will be at least one attempt at overtime if it needs to happen for a green, white checker finish. Remember, drivers were given one fast repair. That's kind of like a manual reset. An additional set of tires. So the set of tires they started the race on, plus another one in the pits. Pace car is in. Field will make their way back to the CRN restart zone. Wraps up another blue line soft wash caution. The FWM 4Wide Motorsports green flag waves back underway here at Martinsville. And look at this, shades of what he's done all night long, from the bottom up to the top. Weasel's back to the lead. Brooks has gone again on the high side.
Brooks gone again. Drivers getting into the wall on the outside, further in the back. That's Matthew Fastnot in the 29. But look at this. Aiden Neese trying to work back through the field. He's up to 5th spot behind Burbage. He sends it over the inside. This is where we saw a caution come out earlier. They make contact once again. Burbage going to draw out of it. Lets Aiden Neese on through. Now it opens the door for Luttrell, but he's going to get sent by Fastnot. The 9 goes around in turn number 3. Blue line soft wash caution out once again.
There were actually 2 cautions. There was actually an incident that not only involved Landon Burbage right there, but there was also another accident that took place. Thomas Lockwood, I believe, got into an accident off of turn number 2. Let's watch this again. There was an accident on the back straightaway before this. Yeah, there it is right there.
Wow.
Norris is in the fence. My apologies. Chris Norris just got a hit from Lockwood. And then Lockwood locked it up when Burbage spun in turn number 3. Good camera work there by Tracy Brown catching that accident. There was 2 cautions. They did call the yellow flag, though, for Chris Norris. And then the Burbage-Lockwood incident happened after the caution. That would be a secondary yellow, if you will, Scott.
Hey, you know how you talked about that beef between the 29 and the 9? Well, they were going at it over voice chat. There's not going to be any love lost this week from last week at Hickory and even this week at Martinsville.
It got really heated at Hickory last week. Tracy, if you remember, I'll let you chime in, buddy. We're not done yet as we close in on 10 to go. Remember, they were wrecking each other down the back straightaway. Even after the checkered flag, we saw a car get airborne.
Yeah, that was quite the exciting finish there. And, well, I think I said there were some hurt feelings. And apparently they never got them straightened out.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I know that jokingly somebody did say, hey, we were just racing. That's what happened. But letting it boil over to the second week in a row, Scott. You've already had altercations, twice now in the same race with 10 to go?
Yes.
I don't think it's over, not by a long shot. I really don't.
No. Hey, look, you need rivalries in a good series.
Well, let me just say one thing here, chime in. I don't know what this is, fate or what, but you always seem to have a magnet that kind of attracts you to the guy that you have issues with. That's just the way it works in any type of racing. It always works out that way. The very next race, you're going to be lined up beside them or behind them or something like that. So, anyway.
Settle it again here at Martinsville. Searing restart zone, FWM green flag. We are back underway, 9 to go here at Martinsville to decide it. And look at Aiden Neese looking to the inside, looking to the high side. It's going to be Farmer. He clears a path. He opens the door to the 45. Landon Brown throws the block on the 45. They're coming to the line at 8 to go, and we're 3 wide behind them as Farmer tags the wall off 4.
3 wide. Farmer going to plummet down through the field. Comer going to be able to move on through. Fastnot and Luttrell move through as well. They're still side by side. That's the battle for 5th spot. And caution is going to come out once again, sponsored by Blue Line Soft Wash. It happens further back in the field.
Oh my goodness, landed Farmer after bouncing off the wall, slams the outside safer barrier. Now he gets another tag from another car. That's now the 22. Bruce Pearson gets hit by the other car of Jason Woodham in the 71. Another caution flag out as we are closing in on now 6 remaining when they come to the line. Can they get this race restarted before overtime hangs in the balance, Scott Shive?
Man, they just don't want to get to the end. I mean, they are holding on to every single lap that we've got here in the Paperclip 125, and man, they want to hold on to this night.
It is not over yet. Another late race caution, setting us up for what will happen here when we get back underway. There goes Lockwood. He'll clear by. Here's a quick word from Tar River Environmental. Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, is a premier provider of professional logging and land clearing services, proudly serving communities across the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. Their services are vital for large-scale land development and forestry operations by prioritizing Responsible land management. Tar River Environmental helps clients achieve their land use goals while maintaining ecological integrity. Find more details on Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, on Google today. I'll turn up that intense music because I think we're setting ourselves up for a wild shootout. Scott Shive, 1 to go indication, lights off on the pace car, and we will go back to green with 3 laps to go. We are in the regular scheduled distance, meaning that if we have another yellow flag before the white flag, the W Energy 1 to go, we will, Scott, have an overtime finish, but this still is the regular scheduled distance. 3 laps remaining, and they are doubled up side by side. Justin Brooks now on the outside lane. He's went from the bottom to the top anyway, so he might as well take it up on the top side for the restart. Carter now on the bottom. Aiden Neese has ran back down. These guys in the front row, he's right behind the leader, Brooks, as we go back to green. 3 to go. They'll sit it in turn 1 there, Scott.
Aiden Neese, what a great start. And the caution already back out once again. We will go to an overtime finish.
Caution out. Matthew Fastnod has crashed in the number 29. Let's see what happened to him on the restart.
He's running 5th. Tried to clear himself down.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Wow. Stephen Luttrell.
It looks like he just hit the brakes.
Yeah.
That was weird. It looks like
Unbelievable.
he hit the brakes.
Can we see that from another angle from the production truck, Tracy? Thank you. Watch this again. Keep an eye on that 29 and the white and orange 36. He tried to find a line. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm wondering, Scott, if there was a little hesitation there by Matthew Fastnot. Maybe he thought he couldn't, go for that gap. That was really not a lot of room anyway, and there was the outcome of what just happened from it.
Yeah, that was weird. But, I mean, it looks like in a normal car you'd lose power or you just slammed on the brakes. I don't think it was purposeful at all, but gets into line, and, yeah, that is weird.
Well, we have forced ourselves another overtime finish. This will be now the 3rd one of the season. 3rd overtime green-white checker of the year. As Justin Brooks from the PD region of South Carolina looking to lock up another victory. This would be his 5th win in 7 races. Or 6 races, my apologies. 5th win in 6 races. He has won Milwaukee Mile, Southern National, North Wilkesboro, Langley. He was not at Hickory last week, and that gave the win to Aiden Neese. Aiden Neese has been the driver that has been the nemesis all year long between the 33 and the 45, who is right now back in 2nd. And as we head to the final 3 races of the season, or actually, correction, to the final 4 races of the season. Oswego in New York next week, IRP Indianapolis, Sobo, Scott, track you know very well, South Boston, and Myrtle Beach. What will the picture entail? And is Justin going to finally pay the membership to make a run towards the championship? That hangs in the balance as well. Overtime, green, white checker. Whatever happens, we're back underway. Caution comes out, race is over. Let's see if they can get to the checkered flag first. It is Brooks on the shot, Carter on the inside, and Neese on the outside as they work the back straightaway heading to turn 3.
Carter trying to finish this race out, having gained 11 spots, but Aiden Neese trying to work it around the high side. The W Energy white flag out one more time for Justin Brooks.
Brooks in front, Carter, blocker, Incan Blinken nod in the P2 spot, holding off Aiden Neese. Aiden Neese might get aggressive. He gives him a punt, sends him to the inside. Landon Brown gets blocked, and Justin Brooks wins Martinsville. Further back, they're crashing off turn number 4. Burbage around. Bruce Pearson is around. but this race is over. 5th win of the year for Justin Brooks. This is what happened off turn 4. Wow.
You see Burbage reversing up to the line, trying to get across it and
In
finish
reverse,
this race
Ricky
out.
Bobby style. Ricky Bobby, there you go. Losing's never fun, Jamie, but I hope this lifts up your spirits. It's on sale. I bought it at Kmart.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, was this what we thought Martinsville was going to be?
You know, no. I really thought we'd see less cautions, but these drivers, I mean, they were going after it. They did not fail to entertain as Justin Brooks sends it hard into turn 2 to the wall. He's no longer going to need that iRacing vehicle.
Well, we will get ready to show you the results, I believe, coming up post-race, and we will grab the interviews of the podium drivers, Justin Brooks, Aiden Neese, and Tanner Carter. And there is the results of tonight's events here for the Paperclip 125 when it is all said and done. Time of race, 57 minutes, 25 seconds. When the race ended, Justin Brooks will pick up the win. His 5th win this year. He's got a decision to make if he's going to become a member and run towards the championship, or is it bon voyage and we won't see him anymore this year? We'll have to find out. Aiden Neese is now 2nd again. He has been 2nd, 1 and 2 in the points. His driver of the 45, Tanner Carter. Another good solid run for him, up 10 spots to finish on the podium. We'll find out what the man of the tricked out decals entry's got to say about it. Landon Brown, a top 5, along with Landon Farmer. Then it was Stephen Luttrell and Jeffrey Comer, if you will, the top 7. Scott, as you give the rest of the rundown.
Back in 8th, Matthew Fastnot in the 29 had some difficulties with Landon Burbage. 9th place, the 71 of Jason Woodham, rounding out the top 10, the 22 of Bruce Pearson. Then that 9 of Landon Burbage, he finished back in 11th. Then it was Thomas Lockwood and Cody Demers, rounding out the 14-car field here from Martinsville.
And this race was interesting, no doubt. When it is all said and done, let me count up one more time the total of yellow flags. I lost count. Actually, there's so many on my screen.
I think it was over 10.
I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yellow flags as I'm counting it in my fingers while Scott said it. Yes, there were 10 cautions. We normally have a race information or race summary, and we don't have one. So, by the way, the white flag was presented by Dubby Energy. The Dubby Energy One to Go provides high-quality energy drinks with a blend of natural ingredients, ensuring a clean and effective energy boost without the crash or jitters later. Dubby Energy is committed to helping individuals stay energized and be at their best peak. Of course, use the code LFRL for 10% off on your order every time. While you get 10% off of your order, another 10% goes back into the Leadfoot Racing League as well. That's Dubby Energy, the white flag One to Go sponsor. We are going to grab the winners podium and call it a night. This should be good. And Tanner Carter and the other guys in the box, including the winner, Justin Brooks. Justin, over 11,000 I rating, probably one of the top iRacing drivers in the country. Man, you get another win. We missed you last week, by the way, at Hickory. Hope you had a great 4th, but congrats on another win.
He's taking medicine, so he's not the mic.
Justin is taking medication. Is that what we're told? All right, so let's flip-flop it then, and we'll go 3, 2, 1. Tanner Carter, we'll grab you first, man. You'll finish 3rd in the race, man. Got to be good. Always good to hear from you, sir. And, boy, you was around a wild battle there at the end of this thing, man. What a podium finish.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Definitely not how I missed all of practice and missed qualifying. And then I get in here, my computer starts glitching like it usually does. And I don't know, I ain't figured it out yet. But I was really just holding on, trying to saved the car, I reckon, and not be an outside wall like the past 3 races. But we'll take it and move on.
Tanner, I know you had a wild race there, and you just talked about it not being able to qualify and all that. You move up, you gain about 7 spots, you get up towards around the top 5, then you get wrecked. Talk about me that march through the field and then being able to battle with Aiden right there towards the end to finish in 3rd.
I mean, it's hard, especially Martinsville. Passing people's hard, so I get it. And you know, you got to drive in deeper and get off the corner better. But I feel like some people just overdrive the corner and end up running through you. And then it's okay when they do it, but it's a problem when somebody else does it to them, which I don't know. Nobody really takes accountability for it. But other than that, I mean, car was real fast. I burned up the first set of tires, and I think I had like 50% or something on the right front. But it was, I mean, once I pit and got tires, it was good.
Well, Tanner, another good solid run for you, man. Before we do let you go, sir, please thank your sponsors, and we'll see you next week at Oswego. That'll be fun.
Weaver's Distributors, ADP, TH Motorsports, and Tricked Out Decals.
There you go. There's Tanner Carter in the 00, and obviously big thanks to him for doing the Tricked Out Decals Fast Qualifier Award. Of course, that did go to the man, Justin Brooks, the proverbial winner of the race. Let's grab now the winner at Hickory last week, and the man that I think could be the one guy that could maybe try to gun at going for a championship over Justin Brooks, and that is if Justin gets the asterisk off of his name of being a full-time if he wants to be a full-time competitor. That is Aiden Neese. Aiden, you will finish in 2nd here tonight. Man, it wasn't easy. You had your share of ups and downs, but you rallied your way back to the front. Are you happy with 2nd place?
Yeah, I mean, on a long run, I was slower than Brooks by a whole lot, and on the short run, I can kind of keep up with him, so I knew 1st place was not going to happen unless someone wrecked him out, so I'm happy with the 2nd place.
You know, Aiden, I want to know, you had to work back through the field in that second half of the race. What happened on that pit stop? You were about 10 seconds slower than everyone else. What went on that made you lose all those spots?
I took 4 tires, and so I don't have a pit limiter, so I was going 35, and every now and then it would jump up to 36, and I'm backing out of throttle, and I was like I went 36 miles an hour one time, and it gave me excessive speeding in pits. So I was like, all right, I might as well just sit in case I had any damage. So that's all I did, was just kind of sat there, knew I was going to go to the end of the rear. And if I had any damages, get fixed up, put more fuel into it.
Gotcha.
Aiden, do you feel like it's going to be a championship battle between you and Brooks here down the stretch?
Maybe. If Brooks does run the rest of the season, if he wins every single race, nope. But if he misses a couple and does run the rest of the season, maybe. It's really hard to tell. I mean, right now, no. I think I could probably finish 2nd in the points, but I don't think I take the lead.
So I got to ask you this question. Like, he has 11,110 I rating. Like, I think at one time Scott Shive said that he's probably one of the top 3 best in the world when it comes to the iRacing rating. Like, that's just unbelievable. And I do see that you only have like 2,500. Do you feel like it's frustrating when he comes in and beats y'all? Or do you feel like this is going to make you become a better iRacing competitor, Aiden?
Better, and it already has. You know, I guess like I told before, me and Brooks raced in another league in Spark, and I've gone faster racing against them. I mean, you look at when I first started iRacing, I first started racing leagues, and compare that to now, I would lap myself easily. Like, I've gotten way, way better because of it. Just talking to Brooks, asking for, help in some areas, learning kind of what the late model does and where the lines are, and then just kind of watching him as well, and just kind of paying attention to when he's getting the throttle, when he's not, when he's braking, how deep is he sending and how is he not. Just all of that has made me better.
Well, buddy, before I let you go, sir, please thank your sponsors, and good job on the 2nd place. Keep digging. We'll see you next week at Oswego.
Yep, thanks Scratch Kitchen by Ghostface and Parkway Grading and Justin Brooks for making this very sick paint scheme. Wish it was at Hickory, but I'll take it here.
So can I say that, you would think that there's like a rivalry between you two, but there's kind of like an amicable friendship, right? I mean, he's He's just that damn good. Is that the best way of saying it?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, the Scratch Kitchen number 45 will finish in second. Before I let you go, please, Aiden, thank your sponsors, buddy.
Scratch Kitchen by Ghostface, Parker Grady, and Justin Brooks for making the sick paid scheme. Again, wish it was at Hickory, but I'll take it here.
There you go. There you go. Well, that is the thoughts of Aiden Neese, and we now go to Victory Lane. Missed him last week at Hickory, and I think he's been under the health. He's been under the weather health-wise. But it's good to see him back in the cockpit and winning again. Justin Brooks, congratulations, winning here at Martinsville. I'm kind of running out of things to say to you, it seems like, every week. Good job on your win, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, I just sat back down. I think my girlfriend got me sick. I'm not sure. She was sick over the weekend. And
wow.
Yeah, before the race, my throat started feeling weird, and I was telling Aiden during the middle of the race, I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting sick. So I just went and took the nastiest medicine I ever took in my life, and I hope I never take that again. But yeah, it was a good night. Was hoping to see some more green flag laps. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of cautions that plagued some long green flag runs. I think everybody's gonna be slipping the slide if we wait out long ones, but made best of it, and yeah, came away win-win.
So, Justin, I got to know, are you going to keep running in Leadfoot Racing League and fight for that championship? And if so, what do you look forward to Oswego next week? Because that is it's a track that has a lot of character.
I don't have Oswego. From what I hear, everybody I know does not like it, so I won't be there. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can show up for any more. I don't know. I had to talk to the admins about that. But I mean, I was planning on only showing up to tracks I really liked, or if I can make it. Fortunately, was able to make the first 4 races. Wasn't able to make last week. But I was able to show up tonight. I about forgot about it, honestly. And I was like, oh, we got a league race tonight. Might as well hop on. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Is that frustrating, though, that you're going to throw the season away? I mean, you really weren't looking to try to run for a championship anyway.
I mean, no. I mean, I just like racing. I don't really care about winning championships. I just want to show up a race, man. I mean, to me, like, championship doesn't really mean too much to me. I'd rather just go out and win. I could go win every race and all that. That'd be great. But like, I don't know. I just never cared for them that much. I mean, unless you take me back to the eNASCAR Heat Pro League days. Now that was different. But on here, I mean, it's iRacing. I don't know. I'm just more laid back and just want to have a good time. So I mean, it sucks like to a point, but at the same time, like, it allows somebody else, if I come in and win every week. I mean, it takes away from the other guys. I mean, it gives somebody else a chance to be able to like stand out and win the championship. So I don't want to come in here and win every race or anything like that and take away from some of these other guys and let them get some recognition.
Well, I don't know if you heard this or not, but Aiden actually said, racing against you has made him become a better competitor. So it doesn't seem like that the guy that you've been fighting with for the championship with the asterisk beside your name has any animosity or anything. I mean, it sounds like you guys got a great friendship, and if anything, you bring out the best in him and hopefully everyone else that runs in the LFRL. And I hope that the powers that be on that committee will consider that, even though you're deciding that you don't want to run towards a championship, that they just welcome you being able to race when you can.
Yeah, I mean, if they did, I mean, either way, I understand it. It's league rules. Apparently, I missed the sign-ups. I didn't know anything about it. I don't want to get into the whole spiel, but I understand their point of view. I mean, if they did, I would show up to. I mean, I definitely wouldn't show up next week because I don't have the track, but I would show up to at least a few of the races. But if not, I'll be watching in and supporting the league and seeing if Aiden could go get some more wins. He's a buddy of mine. I've always enjoyed racing, to get some used to racing, get some back in the Spark days, and try to teach him a few things about the car, help him get a little bit faster. I think it showed tonight. He was pretty fast tonight. So, I mean, I appreciate the words coming from him.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, please thank your sponsors. I hope you get to feeling better. I hope your girlfriend gets to feeling better as well. It just sucks being sick. It's never fun being sick.
Yeah, I got like the worst immune system in the world. So anytime she gets sick, I get sick right after. So I mean, I take pills like to help the immune health and everything. Doesn't really help that much. But,
oh wow.
Yeah, hopefully can get over it. I want to thank you obviously and everybody over Elevated TV for graciously talking to me. I enjoy talking to you guys each and every week that I do come over here and race. Thank the league for putting this on. Landon did do a great job behind the scenes of trying to grow this league and give it more exposure and show that it's a really good league. Thank everybody watching out there. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. Thank myself, JustinBrooksDesigns.com, Locklear Deer Processing, Crow Sim Shot, Shook Steakhouse. That's pretty much it, man. Just try to keep it short and sweet.
There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's the thoughts of Mr. Justin Brooks when it is all said and done. If we don't see him anymore, this will be his 5th win this year. Milwaukee, Southern National, North Wilkesboro, Langley, and now Martinsville. And again, sounds like he is going to bow out towards the running for a points championship. That blows me away in closing, by the way, Scott and Tracy, because, you know, you're literally the Pied Piper. I mean to say that to disrespect none of our friends that run on the LFRL, but what a season this guy's having. But there are rules, and we have to follow that structure, Scott. Time is up, and I know he's feeling under the weather, but a win is a win. He's got 5 now. Hey, it's either you run with us, commit to a membership, or you got to go. Or maybe we can have it where he can run when he wants to, but not running towards a championship. You heard what some of these other guys say about him. They love racing with him because it brings out the best in them. There might be a difference of opinion on some other guys that we didn't talk to tonight. But for the most part, I think you just opened the door for Aiden Neese to get this championship.
Yeah, no, well, and I like what Justin said. I just want to come out and win races. Like, he doesn't really care as much about winning championships on iRacing. You know, it's not his main concern. He just loves getting on and getting in races wherever it may be and just going out and competing. I mean, there are some drivers that have just no interest truly in running for league championships, and Justin just wants to come out, race different competitors, and continue to expand and grow his talent.
Tracy, do you want to add anything to that? I know that you have also had the privilege to call some races with me, man, and we saw just how good, 11,140 iRating, probably one of the top 3 best in the world, is Justin Brooks. You're seeing greatness here, and he's just throwing in the towel, and he's not really even mad about it.
Yeah, I would have to say that I think Justin Brooks is probably the best I've ever raced against. Not that I really saw much of him because he was gone every time the green flag dropped. But yeah, we kind of had the rules set up in Discord, and we needed everyone to sign up and pay attention, and for claiming numbers, declaring they're going to be a member of the league and that sort of thing. And I understand where Justin's coming from. I don't know how many different leagues that he runs in. And in Discord, you kind of, I'm sure, get bombarded with announcements or whatever. But, we did spell out in the rule book, this is what happens. We need you to sign up. We're trying to get driver participation in Discord, and for everybody, anyone that cares to really show up. Now, I'm not saying that Justin doesn't care or anything, but because, again, since he's running in multiple leagues, I'm sure he's probably got 100 different Discord channels that are bombarding him daily with announcements, notifications that he's got something coming.
Right.
However, what we had is essentially about half to maybe 3/4 of our field were drivers that were no longer showing up. So we kind of had to purge the roster. And so, essentially, this is what it boils down to. We didn't even know Justin was running with us until he showed up the first night of the league race. So, with all that being said, I will get with Landon and Lenny, and we'll have a discussion as to exactly how we're going to, handle this. Because we do have rules. It's in black and white. Everyone else in this league, adhered to those rules. But I mean, in this case right here, it would have to be an exception for Justin to be able to finish out the league with us or the series with us.
Again, and it's like you said, Tracy, there are rules, and maybe there was a lack of communication as far as him not looking at messages, or he wasn't paying attention, or it bypassed him. And we could use any excuse in the book or whatnot. That's everybody else got the memo, right? Is that the nice way of saying it? Everybody else got the memo. But with that also being said, he's bowing out. I mean, he's just like, hey, man, I don't even have Oswego. I'd like to come run when I can, but it's been a fun ride. Deuces. And there's not any frustration out of the deal. It's not like he feels like he's been cheated out of his right for a championship. There is rules. There is protocol. Hey, if you're going to run in the NASCAR Cup Series one day, you got to pay a NASCAR membership. You've got to pay a charter. If you don't, it's like what a man said. If you don't pay the band, you don't play. Bottom line. And obviously that's how it goes, Tracy. And I don't want to say that we just easily gave the title to Aiden Neese, because Aiden has been a great competitor. But in addition to that, maybe we can see somebody else break through and go to victory lane this year, for sure.
Right, yeah. And again, that's something that me, Lenny, and Landon will have to discuss kind of, behind the scenes and figure out exactly how are we going to handle this, because as soon as you make any kind of exception to the rule book, then how it goes. It opens you up to all types of overrules and interpretations and that sort of thing. So I don't think Justin really didn't do anything wrong, and neither did we. And I have no problem at all running a race with him and more or less getting waxed, because I look at it just like what Aiden was talking about. You can only get better, just by seeing his bumper and seeing what he is doing. It's only going to help you as a racer overall. But, again, it was put in black and white. It is in the rule book. So, yeah, we'll kind of have to get together and decide what we're going to do. We've essentially reached the point where we're going to have to make a decision and see which way we go. But either way, no hard feelings, and I certainly enjoyed running with Justin. I certainly enjoyed producing for him, broadcasting with him, and even interviewing the guy at the end of the races. So, again, nobody's going to get worse by following him around the track. So,
as we say, Scott, that is above our pay grade, right? that is not our calls. but it has been fun. It has been fun watching him race, though. It has.
Well, one thing, Wesley and Scott, I just wanted to mention, I'm not sure if you guys can have it in the stream or not. I pulled it up. I didn't even mention it to you tonight. I had some technical difficulties producing this thing. For whatever reason, the sound did not want to work. But anyway, so I just want to let you know that what we have, I have a graphic up. It's what I'm calling the upcoming race forecast, and that's spelled F-O-U-R. And it's presented by Four Wide Motorsports. It's a sister league that we have. They've kind of helped us out in the past. They're helping us out now. And the least we can kind of do is say, hey, even though it's going to be with a different network, they're going to be running the Escade Modified League starting tomorrow night at New Smyrna Speedway. And so by all means, go by there and check them out. They're running different cars than what we are. We'll probably be matching up with some of the same tracks or whatnot. But some super nice guys over there. I enjoy running with them. I even run with them a lot on Thursday nights. So even though technically we're two separate leagues, there's somewhat of a bond there because they try to help us out and we try to help them out. And next Sunday night, also, the Leadfoot Racing League here will be at Oswego, as it's already been stated. Honestly, I've never made a lap there. I just bought the track the other night. Don't really even know what the thing looks like. I've seen a couple of YouTube races there. It looks like an interesting track, so I guess we'll all find out together.
Oswego. Oswego. Yes.
Is it
for
Oswego
sure.
or Oswego?
Oswego. Oswego.
Okay,
Oswego.
Oswego. Gotcha.
Yes, Oswego. Like Oz and then we go. Oswego.
Kind
There
of
you
like Outland Weasley, right? Is that right?
Outland Wellesley. Yeah. Outland
Wellesley. Excuse me.
exactly.
Outland Wellesley.
Damn
Gotcha.
you, Cody Deemers. And by the way, don't forget somewhere nestled in between that as well, between Monday and Sunday of next week, will also be on Wednesday night. I think it's 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time. You heard it from Cody himself. The CRN Firecracker 400, 87 Cup race. I think Scott even thinks he's going to be a part of that, man. We're going to have a throwback race to 87 Cup cars of the Firecracker 400. I've even put my name company on the sponsored tab for it, and that's going to be a pretty cool thing coming up. I think we're going to all have a fun time taking a look at that on, I believe, Wednesday night. So, all right, Scott, we're ready to get on out of here. But before we go, do we at least have the yes, sir moment of the race, Tracy? Do we have the Tar River Environmental yes, sir moment of the race? Do we have a moment that sticks out, or is that out of the play as well?
Yeah.
Here it is.
That would be a big no.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have it.
I'm sorry.
A no
Yes.
on the yes sir moment of the race.
Yeah,
What-
there
what-
is technical difficulty, so we can
that's
say,
right. Well, I think Justin Brooks will be a leading contender to win that the way he dominated tonight. But, between the incidents that we had, I don't know if we could probably go through all 14 different competitors. I don't think anybody made it through here without a little scrape paint. So I don't know. Hey, I'm up for a vote. If you guys got anything you'd like to submit.
10 cautions to go through to determine the yes sir moment of the race. Scott, do you have one? Is there one that sticks out or?
Let's see. I know that I honestly mine was probably the contact between the 9 and the 29. And their heating discussion over the radio afterwards that carried on from last week.
I think mine would be the yes sir moment of the race whenever Aiden Neese got involved in an accident, had to go to the back on a fast repair, and then rallied his way all the way back to the front again to finish in the number 2 position. So I would probably say that would be mine. But
I would like to nominate 10 cautions tonight in 125 laps. How about that?
There you go. Yeah, you want to nominate the yes sir moment of the race was 10 yellow flags and 125. Actually, correction. Get it right. It's 129 laps because we did have,
yes.
Yeah, we had overtime, fella. So yeah, but anyhow, you take your pick. There was a lot of cool things that happened here tonight. The thrills, the chills, the spills of what went on tonight for the Leadfoot Racing League. Oswego next week. We're down to the final 4 races. By the way, Oswego, Indianapolis, Sobo, and Myrtle Beach. Scott Shive, your final take of everything, my friend. Good to be working with you again. And, don't be a stranger. And your final take of tonight.
Well, look, tonight was excellent. And I think we had a great time. I know for sure. I think I will be back for sure in a couple of weeks. I think I'll have to see when it'll be because I know I got some other series going on. I know. But tonight, talking about Martinsville, I mean, look, we had some action for sure throughout the midfield. I really enjoyed near the end getting to see Aiden Neese really work through the field.
Yeah, it really was. And obviously what a talent we saw watching Aiden Neese come back to the field. We saw Justin Brooks and obviously another sheer dominating performance of him when it was all said and done. And, of course, he's made the decision that, hey, listen, I'm going to bow out for a championship. If they want to have me come back, I'll come back. I don't have Oswego, but, I've had fun. It's been a great ride, and I promise you, Justin Brooks definitely has left his mark in the LFRL. He might not win the championship, but definitely people will remember the name Justin Marks, whatever the eternity of the Leadfoot Racing League on iRacing will ever come to be. Don't forget, big thanks to all of our sponsors that always make it happen. I think they're already flashing across the screen a time or two. We'll do it again. Thanks to Eastern Technical Designs. Thank you also to 4Wide Motorsports, Tricked Out Decals, Blue Line Soft Wash, 213 Simware, W Energy, the Community Radio Network, Elevated TV, and Tar River Environmental. All of those sponsors that obviously make it happen. And Justin Brooks now with 5 wins bows out. And I actually am surprised because it was a 3-point swing between Jeffrey Comer and Aiden Neese. I got a feeling Aiden Neese is now going to become the new points leader. Jeffrey Comer finished 7th tonight. We'll see how that all shakes out on the point standings leading up to next week at Oswego. As always, archives are available, of course, on Elevated TV, YouTube, and the Community Radio Network on wearecrn.com and all podcast platforms and replay outlets. As always, thanks again to Ryan Tomfort for joining us as a shadow tonight. Hopefully you'll be able to hear his voice in future iRacing broadcasts. As always, for Cody Deemers, producer director Tracy Brown of the Leadfoot Racing League as well, for Scott Shive. This is Wesley Outland. Congratulations to Justin Brooks, winner tonight of the Paperclip 125. We're down to the Final 4, Season 3, Leadfoot Racing League, on to next Sunday night at Oswego in New York. Good evening.